Good evening. Amina Kazak here. I've had a few different dreams come forward, and I wanted to share that with you now. Actually, the first one was not a dream. It was something that was shown to me in 1997. The Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit of God, came over me and showed me that in the last days that certain banks especially would be with the devil and his number. And that I would go to this certain bank, which is Bank of America, by the way, and that I would put my ATM card in and that it would not give me my money back out. And so, yeah, that's a long time ago, but nevertheless, I recently opened up a Bank of America account, and they took my money, and then I had to call the Department of Veterans Affairs, and they have now deemed Bank of America and Wells Fargo as fraudulent banks. So for any veteran out there, do not use B of A or Wells Fargo, because it actually happened. Just the way God's Ruach HaKodesh showed me. The Bank of America is going to take your money. So there's that. The other thing is, I had a dream a couple of years ago, and I didn't quite understand why I was having this dream. It was just a dream, and it happened, earlier this evening. The dream was this. There was many people at a party situation outdoors, and they were all buying these masquerade, Mardi Gras looking type masks and stuff to disguise themselves so that other people wouldn't know who they were. And earlier this evening, I had a fallen soldier, if you will. He blasphemed Jesus Christ to me and handed me a very huge purple mask and wanted me to join him and what I call the Babylonians for their festival. And no, that wasn't going to happen. But I did have an explicit dream that something to this nature would occur, and it did. The other dream that came forward, I had spoke of a few months ago, where I talked about the U-Haul being empty and about First Avenue. And then I woke up. Okay, well, here it is. There's a lot more to that. When I left the last place, I took one bag with 3 outfits of clothing, my Jewish Bible, my tallit, and knew that I was sending me elsewhere, that spiritual battle was over. And so my faith took me elsewhere in another state immediately. Before leaving that state, however, out in the middle of the woods, here it is, First Avenue, and it's just like the dream. A U-Haul that was empty. I have a minivan with, 3 outfits of clothing, and left everything else behind because I really didn't care. Took a left, and just like the dream was, First Avenue was just about 100 miles later, and I started crying. I realized that it actually applied to my life, and there was much more to it. When I got to the next state, another First Avenue appeared. I thought, okay, so now I believe that INS telling me, do not go backwards. Manifest forward. Do not return back to the last spiritual battle. That has been well over with. And then just recently, in 2 counties elsewhere, I was just spreading the message in Hebrew, and there was East First Avenue, where there were a lot of devil servants and one particular fallen angel, and I knew he was. And so, yeah, that came forward, and I left that scene. And glory be to God Adonai in the highest, for protecting me from these evil people while I am out doing what Adonai is having me do for him, for his power, honor, and glory. I do remind everybody every time, I don't do this for myself. I do it for Yahweh, for Yod-Heh-Vav, and for Jesus Christ the King, because I love him so very much. Just wanted to share that stuff with you. There's a lot more. I just started the channel recently, and I just wanted to let you know some of those visions and dreams, things that have been shown to me that have actually now come forward and what they represented. So have a nice week, and until next time, keep the faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, and that is Messianic Jews, Hebrews 11:1, my favorite verse.